Hey everybody, this is part 2 of my Cartier unboxing. I really have to apologize for how my initial part 1 went. We were in the vehicle on the way home from Atlanta and I thought, let's do the unboxing now since we had nearly 4 hours to drive home. And unfortunately, I did not put the do not disturb setting on my phone. And as I was doing the video towards the end, my husband started calling me. And so that didn't end well. And I apologize for that. Anywho, this is part 2. So as you know from part 1, I got a bracelet. I got the Clash bracelet. I got the small model. There are rumors of a price increase and they seem pretty set. I have been hearing now March 20th. I have been hearing 5 to 8% increase. I have been hearing high jewelry line only. I've been hearing April. So the fact of the matter is, everything tells me there's going to be a price increase at some point. I was initially saving up just for a Cartier ring, but I gathered some resources and got some funds freed up. You know, had a couple pieces laying around that I never wore that was kind of about, you know, reselling and all that. And I just got off my butt and got it done so that I can make this happen. So without further ado, let me just do a quick recap. I live in Alabama. I went to Atlanta, Georgia. I have a very kind friend who drove me there and back. We had a wonderful experience at Cartier. Wonderful. I was also planning on trying on the new Tiffany lock. We left pretty early in the morning. I made a couple of, usual stops, fuel, so on and so forth. But we had never been to the mall before. And by the time we found a suitable parking space, and then by the time we made it into the mall and got our bearings, it was 15 minutes before the appointment I had made at Cartier. We were 45 minutes behind. My original plan had been we get there by noon, we go to Tiffany's. My friend had some ideas. It was her first time in. She had some ideas of what she wanted to get. We were going to do that and then go to Cartier. That didn't happen. So my Cartier experience was fantastic. I already recapped that in my previous video. However, I did not talk much about Tiffany. Now, first off, we did not have an appointment at Tiffany, and quite frankly, I'm glad because, like I said, we were 45 minutes behind what we thought was going to be our schedule. We get to Tiffany, and it's a little busier than Cartier, but like I mentioned before in my previous video, Cartier is appointment only. So I guess they had more control of who was coming in and coming out. Tiffany's, it is optional. Though I think from here on out, if it's going to be a major purchase for me, I'm going to make an appointment. Anyway, we go to Tiffany's after Cartier. We were at Cartier longer than expected. We're a little behind our schedule. We wanted to drive back since it was such a long drive before the sunset. Pretty reasonable. So we get to Tiffany's and I let my friend have whatever time she wanted to do so that she could have her time. The sales assistant that assisted us, I'd have to say she was okay. She was very nice, but every time we needed to see something, every time, like for example, my friend wanted to see an infinity necklace in sterling silver. And the lady said, do you want 16 or 18? And my friend thought about it and said, 18. So she had to go to the back stock room. She was gone for a bit. She also asked for a bracelet, a couple other things. She asked for 3 things, a certain necklace, a certain infinity bracelet, and an infinity cuff, which by the way, I'm going to totally buy because it's beautiful. Anyway, she was back there for quite some time. And we're just standing there waiting and waiting and waiting. And it wasn't a terribly long time, but she came back and of course she apologized. She didn't have the cuff in the size that my friend was asking or that we determined was her best wrist size. She also had the bracelet, but luckily that was in the size, and she brought out the 18-inch necklace. My friend puts the 18-inch necklace on. We both agreed due to the shape of the infinity that a 16 would look better. And she went back again, took some time, and came back with the 16. I feel like we informed her, this was my friend's first time at Tiffany's. I feel like, why don't you just bring them both out? You know? And that way we can just try them on. We didn't think about that though until we realized how long she was taking every time she had to go get a new piece, how long she was taking to go to the back room. And to be honest, like I said, we were in Cartier longer than expected. We got there later than we expected. And I already bought my bracelet at Cartier, so I really didn't want to take away from my friend's experience. And quite frankly, it was getting late. So did I really want to try the Tiffany lock? I really did. But everything was taking so long at Tiffany. Everything was taking so long. I mean, okay, we went last Saturday. Okay, today is next weekend, Sunday. They did not have the infinity cuff that my friend wanted in the size that she needed. She knew she definitely wanted it though. So she paid for it, and it's to be shipped to her. As of this date, she still hasn't received it. Now they say 3 to 5 business days. This was on a Saturday. So in my estimation, that would have been by this Friday. She still hadn't received it. I'm a little concerned about that. I told my friend, give him a call, see what's up, get a tracking number. You know, we didn't get a tracking number. We didn't get anything, nothing at all. And I didn't really like that. But I also found out that the Tiffany's at the Lenox Square Mall in Atlanta has only been there since December 2022. So next year, as we're making this a yearly pilgrimage to the luxury Mecca Mall, I don't know what else to call it. Next year, we're going to go to Phipps Plaza, which is just down the street, as that Tiffany's is longer established. And we're also going to go back to the Lenox because by then it will have been a year's worth of time. So it could have been chalked up to inexperience. But nonetheless, we're going to make appointments this time to get more focused attention and let them know ahead of time what we're interested in and so on and so forth. So I am a little, not sad, but a little bittersweet I didn't get to try the lock on. I really wanted to try that. I also wanted to try the Tiffany T1 ring and the T1 bangle in the wide and the narrow. And I didn't get to do that either. This woman just was taking so long getting her things. I kept looking at the time and I said, you know what, maybe next time. And even though it's a 3.5, 4 hour drive, I can wait. Besides, the upside is I'm going to my home state of New Jersey next month, and we have a Tiffany's 15 minutes away from our house. So I'm just going to do it then. Anyway, so I got the small model Cartier clash bracelet. And like I mentioned in the last video, I got a travel pouch, which is quite squishy and has secure snaps and has a little pillow on the inside. And I like this because I keep my jewelry in one main safe, and then I have a separate jewelry box that I put my jewelry in that I'm going to wear for the week. And I can't say I don't switch it up every week. I don't, but I do. I'll put them in this small jewelry box made by Wolf, and it's got an anti-tarnish lining. And then that goes in another safe that I open and close a lot easier. The safe that I have my jewelry in now is your typical turn dial, and I'm going to update that to something a little quicker to get into because it's a little bit of a hassle to get into. Plus, I need to really think about where I place my jewelry safe. I'm not happy where it is right now. So anyway, pouch. So I like to do this. I'll put it in the pouch and then put it in the temporary jewelry box, but I keep the original boxes in the jewelry safe. And then I also got 2 samples of perfume. If you're not familiar with Cartier perfume is super strong perfume, very potent. My friend has a fragrance sensitivity and will kind of, not that she's allergic, but if it's too strong, she'll woof, you know, and she was like, she started reaching for one, and I said, let me hold it 6 inches from your nose. And she was like, wow, it's strong. I said, and that's 6 inches from your nose, and I haven't even spritzed it yet. So if you want a good, strong, long-lasting fragrance, Cartier. I'm going to try these samples. Most of Cartiers are heavy florals. I'm more of a warm, woodsy amber person, but you know what? A sample's a sample. I also have my, oh, they also gave me the bag, of course. Now, I got mine shipped, as you could see in the last video, in a secure, I got it carried in a security white bag. Very thoughtful. Really enjoy that they did this without me even asking. So, of course, I got the typical Cartier bag. And also, she gave me a cleaning kit, which I have never gotten before. It's been a long time since I've been in Cartier, but I got a cleaning kit. Very cool. I was very, very happy with that. She really got me a lot of fun things. And of course, here's my bracelet. I took it off. I actually have been wearing it. I put it on while I was trying to do my video, and I was trying to show you how I put it on, and then I got cut off, so I did all that for nothing. But I did put it on, and honestly, I haven't taken it off except once to show someone the mechanism of how it opens and closes. It is extremely comfortable, and I'll be honest with you, I like sleeping in jewelry because I'm lazy, because sometimes I misplace things. I do have dedicated places to put my wedding set. I do take this off. I used to never take it off for fear of misplacing it, but I do take it off now. I have a dedicated ring, and I have made myself take it off, put it on this, and it's a ring stand, so that way I don't lose it. But I really like to wear jewelry to bed just so I know where it is. I know what's going on. Mine used to include rose gold, size 18, by the way. Okay. I was wearing this every day. I wasn't taking it off. It has the memory wire. And I don't know what blanket it was that I was using at the time, but I kept snagging on the blanket. And I got terrified that I was going to be sleeping with it on. It was going to snag on the blanket. I would be asleep and ruin it. So now I take it off every night, and I put it on every morning. I have a quick, easy way to do it. I just turn it and just go like that, and then I use my wrist to open it and put it back on. It's super quick, and I feel it offers minimal messing around with how it is. So this is an 18. As you can see, my wrist is pretty small, but I'm 48 years old, gained a bit of width in the old forearm. I've got some weight there. So, but this moves exactly how I want it to. Okay. Okay, back to the Cartier Clash. Here we go. Small model. I absolutely love it. It was not the cheapest out of the ones that I was looking at. And honestly, if I had the money, I probably would have gone for the medium. I do love the small model. I think the detail is exquisite. You can see here. Detail's exquisite. Let's do this old hand trick. It's very well made. I mean, this is some serious coin. And that's why I decided to buy this one, because out of the ones that I was looking at, this one was the most expensive of the eventual stack that I want. And I said, let me get the most expensive one that makes the most sense so that I can step down. I'm lucky that I was able to get the most expensive one. But it did take me a long time to save, and I did have to sell a few things that I no longer wore in order to do it. So I'm not the richest lady on the block by any means, but I do love my Cartier. Now, opening it. So there's a trick here, and she had me try it before we left. But if you look, let me see if I can do this. If you look, I'm gonna rest it on my thumb here. You will see that at the oval points, there's one that looks a little different from the other. See, that's where the latch is. So that one just looks like the rest of the bracelet. So once you know where the latch is, let me see. What you do is just kind of run your finger over it. I might have to turn it around. One moment. Okay. Run your finger over it. You see that? Hold on a second. You lift that up, and then you press down, and it opens. Just like that. Super easy to put on and off by yourself. Another plus, snaps, and then you use that for added security. And now you can't tell where my bracelet begins or ends. This is quality workmanship. Hence why the crazy high price. Okay, so I've been wearing it now since last Saturday. I haven't taken it off. I'm bad like that. If it's silver, gold, platinum, solid, or gold filled, which, by the way, is a review I will do somewhere down the line when I have the house to myself. Gold filled is a wonderful option. Sure beats the pants off of gold plated. Vermeil, gold filled, solid gold, right? But anyway, super comfortable. Now, she got me a 17. You'll notice right next to the jouk, it's a perfect stack. I have them on, I wiggle them around, and they stack perfectly. One does not overlap the other. Very satisfied. According to the Cartier website, if I wear an 18 juste un clou, I technically would fit an 18 clash. Well, that's not true. This is a 17, and it fits perfectly. Perfectly. It moves up and down my wrist as I want it to. Lots of movement. I do a lot of typing. I need to be able to push them up my arm a little bit. I did try on an 18 Cartier Clash. They did not have one in solid gold. They had one with diamonds, way out of my price budget. And I got to tell you, for an 18, it was dang loose. I was like, wow. Now, it's not that I mind a loose bracelet. I do like my bangles, you know, to be free moving. I want them to move freely. I don't like, some people like a tighter fit. I do not. Weight gain, summertime, a lot of typing. And also, I just don't like tight things on me. I don't like constricting tight rings, bracelets, anything that's digging in, I cannot wear. And that's just me. That's just me. So I like things to have movement. I don't want it to be stuck on my arm. I did have a Cartier Love bracelet many, many, many years ago. Coffee. I love it. Many years ago, I had a white gold Cartier Love bracelet. I bought it pre-loved, and it was a 17. Now, this was about 10 or so years ago, and I was weighing a few pounds less then. But nonetheless, that 17 was still, it was a snug fit. I was able to wear it, but I was very conscious of it. The screws did dig in a little. I had it on my left wrist. I'm left-handed. This wrist is 6.5. This wrist is 6.25. Okay. So I was wearing it on my left wrist, which is bigger anyway. I was a few pounds, well, a lot pounds lighter. Age, yay. And I got a 17. I really should have had an 18 at that time. Now, comfortable for me, a 19. Let's hope it doesn't go to a 20. Anyway, I also tried on the Love Cuff. And once again, according to the Cartier website, if you wear a 19, like 18 in a jouk, usually means a size up in the Love, right? Well, for me, that did work, okay? So I did fit a 19 Love perfectly. As for the Love Cuff, 2 up from the jouk. So technically, I would have been a 20. Well, if she popped a 19 on me, perfect fit. Remember, all of our arms are different. Some people have very thin forearms. Some people are like me where it's thin and then it goes whoop, you know. Even if you are thin, it just does that. Some people have rounder wrists, flatter wrists, oval wrists. And this is why, as annoying as it was to drive all this way to Atlanta, Georgia, it was worth every minute because I learned so much. I never thought I'd be a 17 in a Clash. It is perfect fit. And I put on the 19 Love and the 19 Love cuff, and they all looked good together. So now I know. Anyway, that's all I really have to say. The one last thing I have to add, my Jouk, I did not buy in a Cartier store last year. I bought it at Fashion File. You know, saved a few bucks. But what I have to say is that there's nothing wrong with buying anything from Fashion File or Rebag. There's also Yoogie's Closet, YOOGI' Closet. And then another one's called Anne's Fabulous Finds. And you can get lovely pre-loved items and you get a discount. I did search for a Clash, but I did not find one in my size or anything near what I wanted. But last year when I knew I was getting the new job, I wanted to celebrate, which is why I got the Juste un Clou. And I have to say that I didn't save a ton of money, but I saved, you know, like $500, something like that. And also, I don't have a Cartier near me, nor do I have a Tiffany near me, nor do I have any other luxury type things near me. I have to go out of state to do that. So places like Fashion File and Rebag and all that, they can be helpful. There are a disgusting amount of fakes. Well, let's call them replicas because they are darn good looking. And it's gotten to the point where now we no longer know if if you don't buy it directly from Cartier. Some people say, I don't even know if it's real or not. Take that risk. I did. I'm happy with it. I'm quite certain mine is real. I have seen my fair share of Cartier up close and personal, so I'm not worried. Anyway, that's all I have to add. I will be trying to post more videos on a regular basis. I know that it's been very sporadic and no pattern, but basically the only time that I can do a video is when I have the house to myself. And I gotta be honest with you, that's not very often. But today I was given the luxury of having time to myself, to enjoy my coffee, to share with you about my Cartier small model Clash bracelet. And I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you have any more questions, please feel free to comment below. I would really appreciate it if y'all would like and subscribe. I am sporadic. I don't have a set pattern, but I hope to work on that a little bit better. And I will be doing some more videos soon about, I'm eyeballing a new Louis Vuitton dupe that I can find on Walmart. And I'm really considering getting it before I go to my trip up to New Jersey, as I would like it's a tote and I really want to get it. And that's all I'm going to say about, but I should be snapping that up pretty soon. And when I get it, I hope to do a review with you all. Anyway, have a great Sunday, great day, whatever day you're viewing this. And I hope to see you soon. Thank you so much. Take it easy.